Hello YouTube, Jason here. How you going? Hey, just thought I'd go over my NES collection. I have been collecting it for well over 10 years. So hence being I have a lot of X rentals and things like that that came in particular cases, which were controversial at the time, because they were reprinting the inslip or or the instructions and putting them inside them. Um, and then I have a bit of I've cleared through some of it over the years, just basically because it was worth a lot of money, certain games, so I cleared them out to get the dollars to go and buy more. Um, I have bought a few things from America on eBay back in the day, but you're talking about 2011 sort of thing, and they weren't very big money back then. They were more expensive to freight them to New Zealand than they were to actually buy them. So yeah, just sort of go through a few randoms. Got one Tegan um, game, which apparently are bootleg, but not bootleg. Well, they were selling them as Super Nintendo or as Nintendo games, but didn't have a license. But that works quite well. Of course, I've got Duck Hunt. That's a single cartridge of Duck Hunt because Duck Hunt also came with um, Super Mario, I think it was at the time, or Mario, I should say, Mario Brothers. Actually, there we are. There, sorry, Duck Hunt. When you bought the machine, this was a pack-in game, which was Duck Hunt and Mario Brothers, which was my favourite game for this system. Then I've also got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Pretty cool game, hard to play, but cool game. Dig Dug or Digger. I know it is Dig Dug, I thought, but never mind. Digger, it's called Digger T Rock. I've got an instruction book for it here somewhere too. That cart just sits on the shelf. Captain Planet. Never played it. Picked it up as a random game off eBay way back in the day. What have we got? Wizards and Warriors. Fast Break. Yep. Picked up a copy of Hook way back in the day. If I remember right, I think this was American. Oh no, Australian, sorry. You got to realise that back in the day, these cartridges, people were selling them off for like $10, sort of thing, $5 US, and I was picking them up, cheap because no one wanted them. The Simpsons versus Space Mutants. That's a bit of a laugh. Willow, but it is a broken case. Just haven't got around to buying another one to fix it. It was an X rental. It's a USA. It's an NTSC cartridge, and it came from a video shop. I can't quite work out what it is, but yeah, it came from a video shop in America by the looks of it. It is an NTSC or American cartridge, but I just haven't got around to getting another shell because then you've got to get a sticker for the front. Alpha Mission, you can see that's had a hard life. It's been scribbled on that many times by video shops and so forth. It came from Video Village Richmond, which is here in Nelson. Had to get this from my daughter because she wanted to actually play it. Metal Gear, which is the original Metal Gear. It's a Nintendo cover, and I think again this is an American version. And there were two pins on the processing chip or the graphic chip on the Nintendo NES, and you could clip those two little wires, and that allowed you to play all regions. And that's what I've done to my machine, mainly because you can. Why wouldn't you? Um, Mike Tyson's Punch Out. I was trying to see whether it's American or PAL, but looks like it's PAL. Yeah, so it's actually got Mike Tyson's Punch Out. It's pretty cool. T-Rock. I think I got Trog, it's called. And it has the book as well. I've just slipped it in the back of the cover. So keep it all together. Extra cover here. I've taken it off something. Oh, Mike Tyson's Punch Out. Put that back in. RoboCop 2. It's a UK version, so PAL region covered UK and all those areas as well. We used 50 megahertz as opposed to 60 megahertz, but our TVs could do both anyway, so we're quite lucky here. Then a few, these are video shop cases. You can see it's got March Rider on there. It is legit. Doesn't have the book, but they were at that time printing the instructions on the inside of the case, which turned out to be a bit of an upset for Nintendo, who wanted to keep tight control of their games. Video Village written all over it, on the back of it. But it's a bit of history, so that's how you would have rented it from the video shop. These are very, very Pacific size cases for the cartridges with the instructions, but I think they got into a lot of trouble for printing off instructions and chose not to do it anymore after a while. Again, Hunt for Red October. So that's what the video shop would have had sitting on their shelf for them to see. Again, the instructions are being printed along with the game, but I also do have a copy of the instructions here. This was a cool game. I played it on the Nintendo, but never on the Game Boy, but never on the NES. It's had a hard life. But again, the video shops would go by a number. So you picked it up off the shelf and took it to them, and they'd go and grab the number. Another one is Double Dragon. These hold a lot of nostalgia for me because these actually came from the local game shop, who was Video Village in Richmond. And it does have the instruction book, Double Dragon. And it had a double player controller available. Yeah, the books were pretty crude, but, you know, pretty standard. Sorry, that's Double Dragon 2. To get that right. Played this game a lot. I picked this up off eBay. Kid Icarus. It's a Japanese version. For some reason, it's all in English as well. So I presume it was sort of packaged as a multi-cross. It is complete. Brand new in its package, along with, it's not sealed, however, along with its instructions. Snake, Rattle, and Roll. It's complete in its box. Yeah, would have been different packaging probably to what was seen in the US. Solicitus, the quest for the staff of demons. Again in the box, complete. This one came from UK. Graphics are quite crude. Can't say I ever played it. I think I did just pick it up from a thrift shop back in the day. This one here, Jurassic Park, I bought off eBay a long time ago, over 15 years ago. It is an NTSC version, American version, and I paid $20 New Zealand. It was about $15 to freight it back then, so I was about $35 into it. Of course, now it turns out it's quite a collectible game. Originally, it came from Woolworths for $39.99. Yeah, quite cool. Super Mario 3, I had multiple copies of this, so I sold a couple on earlier in the piece. Some pretty good nick. There's a bit of a scuff on the sticker there, but loved this game when it came out. Played it a lot when it came out. And Super Mario 2 as well, and Super Mario. So this was cool. The flying mechanic on it was pretty awesome. Super Mario 2. It's a nice clean copy, but again in one of these rental cases, but this rental case doesn't have any book or graphic art. I would have to say out of the series, that would be my favourite. Just seems to be an odd game compared to the rest. Mario and Duck Hunt, again it's in one of these ex-rental. Okatiki Video, Okatiki Shopping Centre, Whangarei. Here we go. That's Duck Hunt and Mario Brothers. Just a second copy, as it would have come from the video shop. Tegan game again. Picked this one up for nothing, about $1. Turns out that it is Load Runner. Yeah, I've never put the graphic on it because it just didn't have one originally, so I just left it out. I think everyone knows what that is. So this is Zelda, Legend of Zelda. This is an NTS version because I couldn't get a PAL version back in the day. So I picked it up in NTSC because it was relatively cheap again. So yeah. Marble Madness X-Rental one again. To pick up $30. So I paid $30 for 5 of these games in their packages back in the day. Yeah, went in and saw them and they put them aside for me, and $30 for 5 games, crikey, you know. But again, this has got the printed instructions and the cartridge. You have to put up with the Video Village all over them, unfortunately. And Skate or Die, again an X-Rental. Came from the local video store and instructions on the inside. I think, if I don't quite remember, I think it was that game, that one, that one, that one, and that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so I bought 5 of them for $30 back in the day, and they were Double Dragon 2. It says Double Dragon on there, but it's number 2. Hunt for Red October, Match Rider, Skate or Die, and Marble Madness. So those 5 games there I paid $30 for. Cool. I also have a complete unit inboxed, which is part of the my title page on my YouTube channel. It's pretty faded now, just because it has got the polystyrene. It is complete. It's got everything in it. The only thing being is the machine is pretty yellowed. So I have been looking for a decent top half anyway, but found them very, very hard to come by. I've replaced the pin unit in this one, and it does play pretty well. But yeah, it just looks a bit ugly, which is a shame. If I could ever buy just a top half unit for it, then I would. And back in the day, whenever I got something that I modded, I would spray it gold, so I knew it was a modded machine. So this one's had the chip inside clip, so it can play PAL and NTSC. And I bought a trapdoor for the front because this has been beaten up. It's cracked across here, so I'd spray them gold. But I'd love to get a nice coloured top unit for it one day. But hey, collecting's about what you find, unless you're one of these hardcore people that just want everything to be immaculate. I'd rather go with something that I can actually afford for a start, and maybe have to repair or do something minor to. Again, I had to put a new pin board inside this one. Yeah, it's had a hard life, but crikey, what do you expect? It's 1991, I think. This is a model 001. I think there was a different variation. Oh no, 1985. It was copyrighted, but I don't think they ever came here until the 90s. Cool. And of course, can't be without a piece of hardware for it. As far as I'm aware, this is the only colour that came out in Power Regions. There is a grey version of it, and I actually think I even have one here somewhere. But I don't think it was actually Power Region. I had a feeling it was either Japanese or European only. Awesome trigger on these things, as you can hear. And I still have an RC TV, just a little 14-inch one that I can actually play light gun games on, just for the novelty of it. Yeah. So that's it for my NES collection. If I pick them up, I'll pick them up real cheap, but other than certain games, I just really sort of stick with what what I can find around. These were cool. I found them pretty cool back in the day because they were so cheap, and a bit of nostalgia on how you would actually pick it up from the video store. And then of course, as I've come across certain games for the NES, I've just sort of, if it's a fair price, I pick it up. And I do have one other thing here, which is basically loose books and hard covers and so forth, where they're graphic art parts. Because the video shops used to cut the boxes up and dump the rest. So got a large love folder here, books and catalogues, etc. A lot of PS2 stuff, but I have got some unusual stuff if I can find it for the NES. There you go. Not much of it. However, one was the video shop used to cut up the covers and put them on, stick them onto video covers. So, this is obviously you can work out it's Predator. It's just a front and back of a cardboard box that they had. I thought I had a few other bits and pieces, but these are just boxes for Nintendo 64s. Actually, that's a Super Nintendo. Yeah, Super Nintendo. And another Nintendo 64. So I keep all the graphic stuff, and if I ever come across it, then of course I make a unit out of it. So that's it for my NES collection. yeah, it's not a big collection, but hey, it's enough to have a bit of fun with anyway. So yeah, please like, and please subscribe. We'll go on to Sega next time and do the Sega Master System collection I've got, which was downgraded here, and then came out as Sega Mega Drive, I think it was, or the other way around. Sega Mega Drive was a higher graded, and Sega Master System was just a small machine. Yeah, so please like, and please subscribe. Take care.